Now, you guys, why don't we get into our Andy Cohen story as well? We've had such a good time with these teen mom stories. I'm feeling well fed. I hope you guys are too. So why don't we get into Andy Cohen? So y'all know how Real Housewives of Potomac stars Eddie and Wendy Osefo were recently arrested and charged with multiple counts of fraud. Well, their boss, or at least Wendy's boss anyway, Andy has officially gone on the record on Radio Andy to speak out about their arrest. And I've got his exact quotes right here. He says that he was, quote, like all of you, I found out about the charges against Wendy and Eddie Osefo on Friday morning. I was blindsided. There's not much that I can say. I know nothing of the charges more than you guys do, than what I've read. He says that he's very sad about their legal situation. And, quote, I am a Wendy fan, and she has been a great housewife and a great role model. Wendy has always led with education and her solid family values. I'm really thinking about her and her family, and I'm certainly hoping that this is all some big nothing. Listen, I too hope that it's all nothing and it's a mistake and this is just a fever dream. It's not real. However, unfortunately, I very much do believe the charges against them, just given all the evidence that that was revealed in the indictment. And I'm saddened by it. And like I said in yesterday's episode of the show, I really, really do hope that if a plea deal is offered to Wendy and to Eddie, I really, truly hope that they put their egos aside and accept it. Because I would hate for them to get a good deal that could keep them out of jail or prison and then refuse to take it because they don't want to be seen as guilty. They'd rather roll the dice and hope that, I don't know, there's a technicality or something they can use to get off on these charges, right? They're presumed to be innocent, but I got to be honest with you guys. I do not think that they're innocent, right? So I really do hope that they do that. Remember, their Real Housewives of Potomac co-star Karen Huger, DUI Karen, she had a plea deal that could have kept her out of jail, but she was just so proud. She refused to admit fault. 5 DUIs, 4 DUIs, whatever, later, and she's still claiming she doesn't have a problem. So she went, took it to trial, and guess what? Guess what? Clankety clank, you guys, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened to Wendy and Eddie, but I really, really do hope that it doesn't get to that place with them. I like Wendy. I like Eddie. I think they have such a beautiful family. And I'm still shocked by this news because I thought they were honest, working, educated people. And, to even hear about how stupid, truly how stupid, this crime was, alleged crime was, your security camera was running, didn't catch anything, no debris in the house, nothing moved, no broken glass. Emails between the two of you talking about how you're trying to jack up your insurance claim as much as possible. You're still wearing things that you claimed were stolen. Proof that you returned other things that you claimed were stolen. Oh, please. It's a level of stupidity that feels like it's not even possible. For people at this level, 7 degrees between the two of you, but not a lick of sense. It's insane. Gwen says, I can't say much, but I know for a fact that public court records can save lives. And I agree with that too. It's just when used properly. What Janelle did there is not proper usage of that information, I guess is what I mean, right? Which is sad. Jody. Which is sad. Thanks, Star. Listen, I miss you, girl. Where you been? How are you? Are you in Miami? I have to find the right texture. The texture I was using last time just got matted too quickly. It was driving me nuts. Sometimes you wash your hair so well that you feel like you can breathe through your head like a newborn baby. That's how I'm feeling now. I feel like I'm taking deep breaths up here. Sarah says, for a good almost 2 months, I really thought Janelle was Canelle. You just renamed her, but still one person. And no, it's 2 different people. He must have a thing for L's. Oh, that is hilarious, Sarah. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Canelle is Kenley. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if any of y'all are named Kenley, but it just makes me laugh to call her Canelle because she's a replacement Janelle, like a chick with low self-esteem in a warm house. That's what she was to David Eason, which is sad, but true. Right. Kelly says, did you all see those 2 mugshots? They were getting high on their own supply. Stone decisions are never smart decisions. I was very surprised with this. I've been telling you guys, I've been kind of like sober since the beginning of the year. Not 100%, but like 90% of the year, I'll say. And, just this stuff hits you more when you're like not into drinking or anything like that anymore. Like, and you go out with people and everybody else is drinking and you see the eyes and stuff, like something about it is just so like, I don't know, you become so much more like sensitive to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, looking at the picture of them, it made me sad. I don't know, you guys. I know a lot of people like to do these things recreationally, but it just makes me sad that people are casually like doing drugs. I don't like it. It makes me sad. Sorry. I think people should be able to do what they want, but I don't know. Something about it just, I don't know, makes me kind of sad. Period, Allie. You can't leave receipts, about conspiracy to commit alleged fraud. They should have at least turned and they should have turned off the Wi-Fi, cut the cables, pretended those people cut the cables. What was it that Dorit did with her people with like the cell phone and stuff? Something. Hey, Caroline, nice to see you, boo. Hope you enjoy the rewatch. Gwen says, yeah, I'm of two minds. Janelle likely has bad. She 1000% does, really, really not cool what she did. And I hope that she got thoroughly dragged for it. Star says, I have turned a new leaf. I got baptized this weekend and I'm in my monk/nun era, loving it, but still sipping tea. Well, congratulations. Listen, Star, every time I hear from you, it feels like you're on some kind of new, like completely new adventure. It's like a new season of a TV show. And I love it. I love that you keep us updated on what you're up to. It's so exciting, and I hope that you're still continuing to, feel better and better as the days go by. I really loved your Miami era, though. Not gonna lie, I loved your Miami era, girl. I was living vicariously through you. And I agree, Becky and Tia. They were definitely giving high. They're all high, right? They look like they're trying to take the last hit of their lives. They're gonna miss it, right? They are going to miss it, if they get convicted and locked up for a good amount of time. Kelly says alcohol is a depressant, though. Weed is so different. No, I don't know. I just don't like substances in general. I'll be honest, because back when I lived in Canada, y'all know it's legal in Canada. I would take it for pain, period cramps, and I would just feel so depressed on that stuff. Not depressed, but like a zombie on that stuff. Anytime people talk about loving it, I'm like, why? I feel like such a zombie. I feel terrible. Becky says, agree. People high all day long is becoming a real problem, right? I don't know. Don't like it. Don't get it. Terry says, I make the best snacks and salads when I'm stoned and I collected them in a journal. So well, listen, I guess, what do I call this? It gets your creative juices flowing, right? And that's the thing about substances and whatnot. They affect everybody in completely different ways. There are people who become addicted, people who don't, people who are aggressive when they're on it, people who are not, people who are more jovial, it's just, we just don't all have the same reactions is what I'm realizing. Tia says, when you keep doing it, that's how you always get caught. 3 different claims for the same burglary. 3, insane. And exactly the paranoia. I remember the first time I did it. Paranoia. I really thought the cops were outside ready to get me, all that stuff, right? And Terry says she doesn't do it every day. Exactly. When people do anything every day to do with alcohol or rugs, it's just, it's a little bit worrisome to me. Just saying. Anyway, listen, you guys, I do have to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to finish my little iced coffee here. Take a sip of water. And then when I come back, we are going to talk about Katie Rost, formerly of the Real Housewives of Potomac, coming out of nowhere to announce that her former RHOP co-star, Ashley Darby, slobbed her knob. Okay, if you're enjoying today's episode of the show, please don't forget to go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'll be right back to get into that final story with you guys, okay? The Morning Report is brought to you by Philo. Watch your favorite shows and movies from over 70 different channels, including MTV, TLC, WeTV, and more for only $28 a month. Get a free trial today by clicking the link in the description box of this video to get your free trial up and running. Tired of learning languages in boring, frustrating ways? Try TalkPal. TalkPal is your personal AI language tutor. It teaches you languages in fun, engaging ways. It gives you real-time feedback, assesses your pronunciation, and the learning process is personalized just for you. Join millions of other learners and start your language learning journey today.